Hi, Adept Cosmetics is an indie brand that started in 2017. It is based in Colorado, USA and is Asian owned. You know that I've been looking at indie brands for a while now. So after watching quite a few videos from YouTubers who review multichrome eyeshadows from indie brands, I spotted the Plain Jane Remastered palette that apparently launched in 2022. Now, there was an original Plain Jane palette, it seems. Unfortunately, it went under my radar. Hadn't heard about it at all. But the remastered version is supposed to be better in terms of color combination and in terms of multichrome shift. I don't know, this is just hearsay, people. So I bought the Plain Jane Remastered palette, which costs $58, but it was discounted to $49, and then I was able to use somebody else's affiliate code. Now the thing is, Adept Cosmetics on their own website, where the Plain Jane palette is, which I've linked in the description box below, lists their own affiliate codes, a bunch of affiliate codes. I am not an affiliate for Adept Cosmetics. They have no idea that I exist. I have applied to their affiliate program, but I haven't been approved, so as of now, at the time of filming this video, I am not an affiliate of Adept Cosmetics. In case I get approved, then, I will write that down. Yeah, I have been approved to the Adept Cosmetics affiliate program, and what you see is a link or, a code. I'm not sure how they work. A code, probably, that gets me some reward points as well. As of now, that is not the case. I'm afraid you're going to have to find affiliate codes from Adept's own website. Now, they use upcycled plastic and upcycled paper and a plant-based dye, it seems, in their manufacture, in addition to being vegan and cruelty-free. That is nice, sustainable beauty. So my palette shipped the same day that I ordered. It came via FedEx, and it came in this external box. Yeah, listen, it came in this external box, yeah? There's a reason I'm showing you that. Inside that, you've got another black box. Hang on. A little tray like that, and inside that you've got this, and then there was this on top. So the palette came in like that. Yeah, the palette was there and this was on top, very securely packaged, and no eyeshadow had cracked or broken or anything. Very impressive. According to Adept Cosmetics, 4 of these shades are not suitable for use in the immediate eye area for United States customers. This was surprising. I mean, what does that mean? Do US customers have different kinds of eye skin or something from the rest of us? No, apparently that is as per regulations in the United States, as opposed to the regulations in the EU or the rest of the world. So US regulations, under US regulations, 4 of those shades not suitable for the immediate eye area. EU regulations, no problem. Those ingredients can be used. So let's take a look at the palette itself. So that is the packaging. That is very reminiscent of Natasha Denona's packaging, isn't it? And inside there's magnetic closure there, as you can see. And inside you have a mirror and those eyeshadows. 1, 2 and 12 are 3 different multichromes. 3 and 4 are 2 shimmers. 10 is a multichrome topper, that is that white affair. The others are 6 sheer duochromes, and they all come in 23mm pans, which are magnetic. So in case you want to depan and put them elsewhere, you can do that. Now, before anything else, you think that white thing over there is not going to suit me at all. Hang on. Let me just swatch that for you. That is ACI 10, the shade. Look at that. Look at that multichrome shift. I spy gold, I spy golden green, I spy green, I spy pink, I even spy something that goes on to purple. So I will be doing a look with this. Hang on, stay tuned for that. Now let's take a look at the other shade that seems a bit problematic over there. That is ACI 3. Oh, that is stunning. That is another shade that goes from a neutral brown to green to gold. And I think this shade can be worn by itself as a very neutral multichrome shade, yeah. So this one is a sheer duochrome, as you can see there. It's quite a sheer shade that can be used as a topper. This is a multichrome. These are the two that I showed you, the white and the neutral. And this is another multi. I think the only issue is that this one over here is too pale for me and is my inner corner shade. Yeah, it's got to be an inner corner shade. And this one is also a tad too pale with the blue coming in. But if the brown is the one, this is a duochrome that goes from blue to brown. Hang on, I'll swatch that. Now these are the 4 other sheer duochromes in this palette. As you can see, yeah, I'll bring a mirror and show you the shift. It's insane. Oh my god, look at the shift on those sheer duochromes. I love them. This is the first time that I'm playing with sheer duochromes and I want a lot more in my stash. I think these would make great toppers. And what I also think is that if you have drab, bland eyeshadows in your stash, you apply a sheer duochrome on top and that will, you know, oomph them up a bit. So those are sheer duochromes. Now I also have 2 of the multichromes over there so that you can see that they're not actually alike. Yeah, you might think that 2 of the multichromes, the first one and the last shade in this palette, are a bit alike. No, they're not. Look at the shift. So those are the swatches. I hope that gives you some idea as to, you know, how the shades look, particularly the sheer duochromes, and that the multichromes are not all alike. You know, that topper, that white shade and the neutral shade. I hope that this gives you some idea. All this is in natural light. That's a problem. You know, artificial light apparently brings out the shimmer better, but you know, I rarely film in artificial light owing to timing and everything. Natural light, I prefer natural light. And you know, my artificial lighting isn't fancy at all. It's just regular home-based lighting. It is not, you know, fancy. I don't have fancy studio lighting. I don't have fancy equipment. I don't make any money from this channel at all. I just do it for a lark. So if you want me to invest in fancy sound and lighting equipment, sorry, wrong place. I can't afford it. I can barely afford my own skincare. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swatch everything in one row and show you what that looks like. There you may not see as much shift, because, you know, everything in a row close together and natural light. Off we go. So now I've got all the swatches in one frame. Now, the problem with doing that, particularly with natural light and not, you know, artificial light of any kind, is that you may not get as much of a shift unless I bring in a mirror, and even so it may not be as good as when you see it in in artificial light. Natural light apparently doesn't give you as much of a shift as artificial light does. Nevertheless, off we go. got eye makeup looks. The first one is with the AC12, the shade over here. The next one is with this one, ACI2. Now let's try that white shade over there, over a dark base. And when I say dark base, I have the Smashbox Always On Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Barista, which is a nice deep brown. So let me apply that and apply the eyeshadow on top of that and see what happens. Oh, that makes that pinkiness pop. Did you expect that from an absolutely white shade like that? I wasn't expecting that from that white shade. Yeah, very multichrome. Let's see what happens when I apply this over just a regular primer, regular base. Yeah, what is my regular base? My regular primer, it's almost over. It will be there in December's Empties Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when I apply that neutral shade. Now next I'm just going to do some eye demos very quickly, not full complete eye makeup looks. And you know, my eyelids are already, you know, a bit inflamed with all the eye makeup looks that I've been doing, removing about 4 different eyeshadows in one go. And you know, I've got sensitive skin, so let's do AC16, AC6, ACI6 very quickly. This is a sheer duochrome. It's a very pearly finish, as you can see there. So I like using this sort of shade alone for a sheer wash of color. Now this next one is ACI4. That is not a duochrome, it's a shimmer shade actually. Yeah, that's a pearly pink, as you can see. I am completely blown away by this palette, by the multichromes, by the duochromes, by the insane shift, color shift of these eyeshadows. I do wish Adept would do more palettes without any matte shades. Adept has other palettes as well, but then most of them contain matte shades, and I don't want a palette with matte shades. I've got enough and more matte shades. I just want pure multichromes and duochromes with innovations such as this one, innovative formula, innovative shift, innovative concepts, multichromes and duochromes. Sheer duochromes are fine as well, such as this one. I just want palettes with, you know, combinations such as this one, you know, lots of sheer duochromes, ordinary duochromes, multichromes with insane shift, iridescent multichromes, and, you know, I don't want any mattes and regular shades that, oh, you know, regular shimmers that I can't find elsewhere in my stash. None of these is, you know, replicable from my stash at all. The formula is lovely. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting such a smooth finish. I wasn't expecting this kind of shift. I wasn't expecting this kind of staying power. Very, very nice. This is ideal if you want a fairly neutral look. That is also a multi-chrome look. I know they've called this a topper. No, I can use it on its own, as you can see in my look. I have no idea why this palette isn't far more famous, isn't recommended by every blasted influencer ever, isn't, you know, praised and praised and praised to the skies. I think, you know, there is a problem. If people don't get PR packages, a lot of things go under the radar, go undiscovered, and a lot of influencers, whoever they are when they're at home, I'm not one, this channel's too paltry, they tend not to talk about products unless they get them free, which shouldn't be the attitude, because you're missing complete gems like this. If you really love makeup and not freebies, you should be talking about this, because this is very innovative and insane formula. You saw those shifts. This is a palette that everybody should be raving about in 2022, and nobody is actually, bar a few indie makeup reviewing, multichrome reviewing channels that I found. And I don't even know any of those people or this brand or anybody. You know, I just read about it after coming across the brand's name. When I googled multichrome eyeshadows from indie brands, I came across the brand's name and I googled this palette, found those reviews, decided to buy it. Blown away. I think this should be on more people's radar, definitely. I know this channel's too paltry, and it might bring it on the radar of, you know, a handful of few viewers, tops. Otherwise, you know, it's just going to go unnoticed, which is a crying shame, because this palette is much more innovative with far better shift and more fun shades than a lot of big name luxury brands, people. So yeah, I think I'll stop praising this because I've done enough on more of that. Yeah, not an affiliate, not a PR sample, no making any money out of it, nothing. I just want to bring this on more people's radar because it's so darn good. Have you tried this? Have you heard of this brand? Would you want to try something like this? Insane, I tell you, insane. And you know, with your affiliate code that they give you and with the discount, which is ongoing at the time of filming this video, it isn't too bad at all. And you know, multichrome and duochrome pigments cost a lot more than regular eyeshadow, so you must remember that. And if you were going to buy these shades individually from another brand, or you know, from another or Cleona Cosmetics or something, the cost would be a lot more. I do wish they would do single eyeshadows as well, you know, because you know, in case I run out of this one, which I might, given that it is my favorite, I would want to replace it, and I don't have a choice. You know, I'd have to buy a whole new palette, which I don't want. So I do wish they do singles. Based on the swatches that you saw here and based on the looks that I've done, what are your thoughts on this palette, on these multichrome shifters? Do you also feel that this needs to be more famous and come on more people's radar? Do tell me all of that in the comments below. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please do hit the subscribe button. Please do ring the notifications bell, and I'll speak to you soon.